Hello, everyone. Randy here working on the John Deere 2510 here again today. Today we're going to be working on a cover for the battery box here. I think I kind of mentioned this here a couple of videos back. Hopefully going to be getting into this week here. And yes, finally getting to it. Last day of the week, but hey, it's still this week yet. So I've got a piece of steel laying in the barn here as well, some angle brackets. I think I kind of mentioned my plan here. We're just going to put a flat piece of steel across this, but then we're going to lift it up off here just a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that yet. We'll kind of figure this out as we go. I've got some angle steel as well. I'm going to weld to this flat piece, so it'll kind of like lay over the side here. And again, we'll just leave like a gap at a, I don't know, quarter-inch, half-inch gap all the way around the outside edge, and then a gap here as well. So again, any airflow, heat can escape through there. At least that's what I'm thinking here anyway. So let's get started here. Yes, Kat, what do you think? Shall we get started? Yes? No? Maybe? Probably not? Oh, just pet you? Okay, yeah, just stay here and pet you? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, sure. Anyone want a cat? Okay, first things first, let's get some measurements here of the battery box. Just because I built it, doesn't mean I remember how big I built it. So it is... let's call that 25 1/4 by, I think it's supposed to be 13, right? Let's see how close we are. We are 13 1/4. So let's just say we're a 1/4 inch over each direction there. So 25 1/4 by 13 1/4. Okay, someone's got some explaining to do. Okay, so this is the steel I have here for the battery box cover. Hopefully this will be good. I realized maybe I should have gotten like 2x2 angle iron, but I've got, I think this is 1 1/4. Oh boy, I don't even remember what I got now. But I've had this for a while now. Yes, this is 1 1/4. So 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. I've also got some 1 by 1 here as well if we need that. My plan here is simply going to be to basically weld that around the outside edge, something like, oh, helps if I point the camera down. Yes, pro recording skills. Don't point the camera at what you're talking about, you know. So we're going to weld that around the outside edge. We've got to cut this to size first, which I think width-wise are probably actually pretty good. Hard to say here. I should maybe like weld one side first, just kind of get an idea for it. This piece is supposed to be 24 by 18. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's close. It's close to being 24. And it's supposed to be 18 this way. I mean, it looks like they shorted me a good, well, 1/8 of an inch, I guess. 1/8 of an inch. That's actually not too bad. But they gave me a good almost 5/8 inches extra this way, which is actually good, because this is actually, if any direction I want, it would be this more. So, yeah, I think maybe what we'll do, everyone, we'll maybe weld. Well, no, we should probably cut it to width first. Right. Should probably cut it to width first, thinking about this. Yeah, let's do that in a minute. Morning, you cats. It's going to get loud in here. Going to get real loud in here. Just saying here, everyone, might be time for a new blade. That was getting a little sparky there. And of course, everyone, this saw isn't necessarily designed to cut metal either. It's at the very top end of the recommended RPMs here for this blade. So it's like, you know, maxed out. I don't remember what the RPMs again is. Actually, you know what? Whatever the RPMs of this saw is, this is actually the max RPMs. I don't see it right now. It's probably on there somewhere what the RPMs are for this saw, but oh, it's probably actually right there. 5,800. No, that doesn't say 5,800. 5,800 minimum. I'm not. Yeah, maybe that's the that might be the RPMs. So like I said, it's right at the max there. Looks like it's probably time for a new blade. We are cutting 1/8 of an inch thick steel here. I have cut 1/2 inch with this before. Probably shouldn't do that. That is definitely beyond probably the recommendations for that blade, not to mention the saw, but it does work. And it typically, at least as long as you got a good blade, it works really nice too. Well, this used to be a 6-inch grinding wheel. Looks more like a 4 now. It might be time for a new one. Okay, we're going to try cutting this with the angle grinder here this time because the blade on the other saw there seems to be, well, seems like it's time for a new one. So we'll see how this cuts here. Should be pretty good. I've got it marked here. We're going to cut this little piece out. This part is where the bracket for the cab is, so we're not going to be putting anything there. Just be an angle piece here, and then of course all the way around the other 3 sides, and then this side will be up against the tractor. Okay, next we're going to cut the angle brackets here, and we'll cut 45 degrees on them there, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. We'll get the big saw here and chop that up. Gotta say, that makes short work of any cuts. Let's see how we did here. Looks good on that side. Oh, it's maybe a 1/16 of an inch too long. Maybe hit that with a grinder just a little bit to take that off. Anyway, got one more piece to cut here, and that's gonna be for that side. I already got this side done, by the way. Kind of set my saw up here, just tested on that piece. This piece is like a 1/16 too short. Yeah, go figure. Well, maybe that'll work out right. With this piece being 1/16 too long, that would mean a 1/16 too short. Yeah, we'll see what's. Okay, well, let's fire up this pathetic excuse of a welder here, see what kind of welds we can get from it, and I guess we better start by turning it on, right? That would probably be the best idea. Power switch is in the back here. I guess that's some sort of European regulation there or something. It'd be nice, if the power switch was in the front of the machine. Oh well, let's start welding. Okay, when you see what I got to put up with this steaming pile of wrecked garbage here, it doesn't even frickin' feed. Yeah. Okay, let me figure out why this stupid steaming wrecked of it bizzed just a little bit there and it was done, and then it popped out a little bit, and now it's like, no. fairly new nozzle in there too yet, so you can't tell me, oh, well, I need a new nozzle. Maybe it does, but come on now, that nozzle ain't even that old. Okay, everyone, just thought I'd show you this here. I just pulled, hopefully the camera will focus here, just pulled the nozzle, the tip off here. And yeah, look at what that wire looks like inside. I don't know if I can pull this out anymore. Actually, you know what? Let me push the trigger. That should push it out. Let me get focus here a minute. There we go. Yeah. I don't know, that tip might not be any good anymore. Again, not that old. Well, just finished grinding it down here, got all the welds ground down. I think we're just gonna hit this with a wire brush here real quick, and then we'll shoot it with some paint. So off camera here, I'll quick wire brush this. Yeah, the welder, everyone. I was on the last welder, literally the last weld too, and then it overheated, which, I don't know, everyone, if you ask me, it shouldn't be doing. We're only at 30, and it overheated. That doesn't make any sense to me. That just does not seem right. Something seems very, very wrong with the fact that it's overheating at that low of a setting. So, yeah, this is definitely something wrong with this welder. Not to mention, once it did cool back down, I gave it maybe 5 minutes there. And during that 5 minutes, I was busy looking through the manual just to see what it said about duty cycle. Couldn't really find anything other than it just said 60%. Okay, 60% at what setting? Most welders, 60%. Is that 60% at the highest setting? Well, that's pretty good. Actually, that's really good. Or is it just, I don't know, 60% of what? It didn't say. So anyway, yeah, got it all welded there. Once it did cool back down there, it did not weld worth a crap, everyone. It was just pop, 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 popping, and yeah. Oh well, anyway, I'm gonna get this wire brushed and start painting that. Okay, when I had what I thought was a great idea here, I think it will be yet. I guess we'll find out when it's finished here. But for this corner where the wire runs, everyone, I was gonna, get some of that acoustic paneling to put over it, but decided, what? Why don't I just get some tape, wrap it around it, and just fill it with spray foam? So that's what I did. Well, once this dries good, it's skinned over, but once it dries good, we'll just trim it off flush, and I think that'll turn out pretty good, as opposed to trying to get this stuff wrapped around that wire there. Also, with it being a little bit warmer out, we're going to fire the tractor up. I want to test the AC again, and we'll see if we can get the heat working or not. I've been doing a little bit more testing of this here. What I've done is I've replaced my elaborate wiring setup there with the circuit breakers and the relays with just one wire that goes straight from the battery to the inverter. That way there's nothing to trip. And I then switched it to heat mode. It actually kicks on, seems to run fine. We're running maybe about 12.2 volts up here, so we are really drawing the power and hitting it hard. In AC mode, looks like we're running about 12.8 or so. I'm reading up here. The alternator's not doing nothing at the moment, so it's reading 12.6. Maybe see the lights on just a little bit. When the tractor's idling here, this alternator apparently doesn't put out a whole lot of power, if any at all, which, I mean, that's fine. This tractor doesn't really use a lot of power as far as electricity goes. Yeah, definitely in heat mode, everyone, this thing really draws the power. And for as much power as it's drawing, it didn't really feel like it was putting out that much heat that I could feel. I don't know. Yeah. Per this down here, though, looks like it said it was drawing 1.7 watts. But when it says 1.7 watts, I think that's times 1,000, I'm assuming. That's not what it says on the display. It just says watts, but I'm pretty sure that's 1,700 watts, I think. Wow, everyone, that's a lot of power for the heat. AC only draws like 1,000, if that. And that's only when it's running. Full blast, everyone, 1,000 watts, and it's, like I said, it's running it. But yeah, heat. Wow. I wasn't expecting that to use that much power, everyone. So that seems like an awful lot of power too. I don't know. Any experts out there? That doesn't seem quite right to me. Drawing that much power. It's only a 6,000 BTU heating unit. I don't know how much power that uses. I guess I could maybe try and look that up. I couldn't really find much as far as power information goes for this. So anyway, we'll talk some more about this here maybe in a minute when the tractor's not running. You can hear me a little better. Okay, well, everyone, we're going to wrap it up for this video here. Kind of finished up the end of the video here by doing 2 pieces here up along the top. Those didn't go too bad. Went pretty good, actually. Pretty happy with how those turned out. I got the fun one up front to do yet, and then we just got little short pieces here and on the back side there yet. And then, yeah, it'll be on to be doing the top piece. The top piece, by the way, I'll probably staple up first, and then I'll like pull one side down, glue it back up, and then pull the other side down and glue it. That's the way I'm thinking I'm going to do that. As for the battery box here, everyone, I got the cover just laying on there at the moment. I shot some green paint on it there as well. It's still wet yet, still drying, so I don't want to touch it. But yeah, as far as the air conditioner goes here, like I said, air conditioner runs. That's fine. It's the heat that's the problem. I don't know why. If anyone has any good ideas, let me know. It seems like the heat is drawing an awful lot of power here. Like, if I seen it right, it looked like 1,730 watts, whereas the air conditioner was only drawing 1,000. Which I believe is what it's supposed to draw. So, wow, that's a lot of heat. I mean, it'd be nice, okay, just it don't draw as much power then, just, you know, cut the heat in half. But speaking of heat, by the way, it wasn't really even for as much power as it's drawing, it wasn't really throwing out any heat. It was, you know, it was blowing air, but I can't say the air it was throwing out was really that hot. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, everyone, comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And till next time, like I said, we'll have to do some more thinking on the unit up there yet.